But let's go ahead and turn it over to our awesome director of development of product, Dr. Ryan Goodkin, who is here with us. It is an honor to have Dr. Ryan. How many times do you get to talk to the research development team from a company that has gone viral? Oh my God, what an honor. So Ryan, we talked on the phone and we've talked through email several times. I'm very grateful that first of all, you came here to our Zoom. And second of all, everything that you do for us on behalf of everyone that I know that's in our team, thank you. Thank you for everything you do, for everything you guys do. So we're very grateful. So Ryan, if you are unmuted, maybe you can also kind of give us a little intro about yourself and where you think we're at here with LiveGood and the products.
Hey Jesse, how do you hear me?
Good.
Awesome, buddy. Thanks, man. I love your freestyle. So we're going freestyle here. This is awesome. I like the freedom seekers. I like the picture of the wave. Whoever freedom seekers is, I like the name. I like the picture. That's awesome.
Yep.
Surfing's a big part of my life. Ocean. I'm an ocean lover. I love the water. Sometimes I joke that I wish I had some gills. Get down there with the sea life and the turtles and take care of them. Jesse, I got to be honest with all the viewers here today. I want people to understand something. I live, I eat, I breathe, I sleep healthy living, but never ever will you hear me say or talk about being anything close to perfect. That's not the mission. Being perfect is unattainable. It's not a reality. There's no such thing. And I really hope that people can sort of understand that. There's a lot of talk about supplements and how great they are and how wonderful they are and how life-changing they can be. And quite frankly, while that is true, it has a lot to do with more bigger picture things. It's meeting people where they are. It's meeting people that are wanting a greater and deeper understanding of how nutrition can change their life and how it can improve their health. And nutritional supplements really are just a function of nutrition. We're regulated similar to food. We treat it similar to food. We try to source it in a way that's sort of food driven. But that's only one pillar of health. And I always try when I get an email, and I love the emails that come in about talking about chronic disease and how do I correct this deficiency? How can I help improve this aspect of my life? Because it's like the dietary supplement thing is sort of like programmed nature for me. I know so well. I know it so well. I know the products inside and out. And I can comment on them, but I always want to let people know that there's more to it. There's more depth. I want them to focus on supplements as a pillar of health. I want them to focus on nutrition. Jesse, I got to tell you, man, I'm not even going to get into the numbers because I do it all the time. I talk about it all the time. I just don't want to do it today. But the trend of chronic disease is out of control. I mean, everything's about timing and everything's about presentation, but every country represented on this call today is sick. We're all sick and we're going in the wrong direction. It hasn't been that long. It's only been over the course of about 50 years. And I'm really frustrated by it. I think a lot of people are. I think all of us are. We're all here today to sort of put a stop to that, and to reverse that trend and stop being a victim of sick care, going and getting sick care all the time because you're sick and you need to treat your chronic disease. We really want to be more proactive with preventive health care. And I think that's an important message. So I like to focus on nutrition with my people. I love talking to you guys about food, avoiding seed oils, avoiding fried foods. Fried foods are probably one of the worst things you can do. You take a seed oil, you heat it up hot, you keep it, you get it dirty and it's rancid. It's just bad. It's all bad all around. And then we have just countless ways that we're being poisoned, by big food and processed foods. Sugars are added to virtually everything. You'll hear me joke about the amino acids, man. Put the amino acids in and make that your spoil drink of the day. Like, spoil yourself. Get rid of the sugary crap beverages, But a couple of passion areas for me too, for pillars of health, like stress management. Like, we're way too stressed out. We're way too stressed out. We're taking things way too seriously. We're so tightly wound. It's unbelievable. And again, some countries do better than others. We read about blue zones and we hear about healthy living tactics and what they do in the Mediterranean diet. We hear about great things. But quite frankly, we're sick and we're stressed. And so the inflammatory response is out of control. It's elevated, it's persistently elevated, it's chronic. It's beyond what's normally to be expected out of a stress response. And so then the stress triggers such bad habits throughout the day. It triggers bad eating. It triggers, sedentary lifestyle because you become demotivated. You can sort of set in with mood disorders or depression. And then it affects your sleep. Now we're talking about not even being able to get a good restful night's sleep, where everything in our brain and our body, our cellular health, is restored while we sleep. The brain literally goes to take the trash out. It's what it does. It's cleaning out the cells. It's committing your short-term into long-term memory. It's rebuilding back some neurons, and it's nourishing the brain and the body. And so now we're not sleeping good because we're stressed, we're eating junky food, we're doing weird things at night when we should be sleeping and focused on sleep. We're addicted to our digital devices because we're just not taking care of ourselves. For some weird reason, we are not prioritizing ourselves and our health. And meanwhile, we want more out of life. We want more, but yet we're doing zero to actually prioritize maximizing the quality of our life. And I don't mean we, I'm just saying, I'm making a general statement because I think we on this call are taking things seriously. So I feel like probably the audience today knows exactly what I'm talking about. It's probably nodding like, yeah, good. I agree, because we're aware of it. But our mission is to share that health and the wealth of being healthy. And I think that is becoming pretty evident when you say it goes viral. I know it's a business opportunity. I know there's a lot of opportunity. I know it's smart. It's probably a little bit more approachable than it ever has been in network marketing, but it's the health stuff that is going to be the driver long term. I'm cool with bringing in other products like Naughter keeps kind of referring to, teasing with. Ben said it too. I like the idea of having household related things going on, but guess what? It's because it's all in the benefit of better health. Like I can't sit in an Uber that has an air freshener in their car. Like that, I can't do it. I can't do it because I know what's in the air fresheners. If you walk into somebody's house and they're burning candles even, it's like, I know that sounds crazy, but man, that's how far you have to go with this. You can't trust these big manufacturers. They're really going after it just for the buck, and it's a manufacturing game. So anyway, I was talking about sleep, and then there's one last area that I really want to dive into, and that's socialization. I joke and say, well, we can't live in this hermit lifestyle. We need to learn how to be social creatures. It's what we are. People are like, oh, they got social media, but it can help, but it really doesn't replace the fact that you could go with your neighbor for a walk or go to the gym with somebody or do something active, join a bicycle club or swimming club or any number of things and meet new people. And it works wonders for your general health and your confidence, because mood disorders is a passion area for me. I hate seeing these young generations, these young kids, especially the girls. The mood disorders, the depression, the anxiety, they're off the charts, unprecedented, never been seen before. And so these are the reasons, this is the stuff that drives me, Jesse. That's who I am. I'm not perfect. I'm just trying to be an advocate for healthy living and be a resource for people. Because I try things. I try new stuff. I'm reading, I'm a sponge for wellness material. I like reading studies and trials, and even though we don't get a lot of that from the wellness side, I do read a lot, and I practice what I preach. My wife does too. Lisa is super dedicated, and I learn a lot from her all the time. I wish she could be on today, Jessie. Unfortunately, she can't. She's actually personal training today. She's a personal trainer as well. But I would love to share more with the team, Jesse. I'm going to stay on with you guys. Any questions that come through, please feel free to hit me with them. I like the freestyle approach, and I encourage you and your team to reach out to me. Anything you need, anything I can help with. It's a growing business. There's areas that are frustrating. I understand, and it appears to be that we're slow to react, but we're not. Trust me, we're very busy on the back end trying to improve efficiency and deliverability. All very, very important to us. So from a product perspective, I think we're hitting it. I think we're spot on with where we are. We've made the announcement. We're coming out with a collagen. I've taken a lot of feedback from the team. I have to go with a powder. There's no way. I cannot go with a liquid. There's just too much stabilizer / preservative to try to keep liquid stable to give it the adequate shelf life. So I'm pumped about the collagen product that's coming out. It's got some fantastic ingredients. And I think it'll fit nicely into our offering, Jesse, as well as right behind that, there's a couple of new things that I'm working on that are pretty novel. I'll say gummies are a trending delivery format, and they're hard to make. Clean, they're very hard to make in a clean label format. They're not easy. So anyway, we're working on that as well. I'm pretty sure that wraps it up for me, man. I'm gonna stay on with you though if you have any other questions, but otherwise I'll send it back to you. Jesse, the call's yours, buddy.
Wow. Okay. You know what? For the last 22 years, maybe longer, 23 or 24, when I first found out about wellness and health, I fell in love with it. And, you know, like you said, I'm not perfect either. You know, I was actually a vegetarian for 12 years. For 12 years, I didn't step foot inside of McDonald's. I didn't drink any soda. I didn't even drink cow milk. I mean, 12 years, and this was in the 90s, late 90s, early 2000s. And being a Hispanic, individual in the United States, vegetarian was a very weird thing to experience. Of course, everyone judged me. My family would invite me to cookouts, and they would just say, just eat just once, just eat it now, it's not gonna do anything. I'm like, I know, but I don't eat meat. So, but anyways, that's a long story short, I am not a vegetarian anymore, okay? I do obviously try to eat the best I can, but I'm not perfect, and I don't think no one is perfect, but health is a very important role in my life. And I want to, as well as Ryan, like he said, we need to be advocates if we truly care about people and first ourselves, right? And then the rest of the world. Very excited. What I'm going to do is I sent in the chat your email, Ryan. It's ryan@livegood.com. If you guys have never had his email, there it is. And feel free to email him. And I'm actually going to put Lisa's email too, lisa@livegood.com. Okay, so I sent those two emails there because really, guys, sometimes people are asking me, what is there a product for psoriasis? Is there a product for this or that? And I'm like, guys, I think we do have products for that, but I am not, a doctor. I cannot recommend. So whenever you guys get questions like that from your team or from prospects or from clients or consumers or customers, I think the best thing to do is just say, that's a great question. I can go ahead and ask our corporate team. They are certified, they're licensed, and they can answer best, right? So you can either email it for them, or you can give them Ryan's email or Lisa's email. They are happy to help. I've asked Lisa for a few suggestions, and she emailed me right away. So thank you for that. And we're very excited about all the products we have. Okay, I've been trying out as many as I can. I still have some that I haven't tried. I'm definitely looking forward to it. I've never had CBD oil in my life, and so the one I'm taking with LiveGood has been pretty cool. It's been almost a week since I've been taking it, and I'm taking a lot of other products because I work out a lot. I go to the gym, and with all the stresses in the world and everything, you better believe I need to have my supplements. Okay, so this collagen new product, Ryan, I don't know if you're able to tell us like a time frame maybe of when you think we might get it. Just some people from Canada have been asking for that. They're really looking forward to that product. What do you think?
Yeah, weeks, not months. So we're close. So everything is done on my end. Now it's just a function of finishing design, production. So it's probably realistically in the 8-week category. I guess that is months. What am I saying? Sorry. Yeah, 2 months.
Well, that's not too far.
No.
We're definitely excited about that one. I did try some of that stuff in other companies, but I don't know. We'll see. we definitely are looking forward to the one that we're gonna have here in Live Good. And I mean, I know there's gonna be more products in the future, so we're not gonna ask you like what are they, but we're looking forward to that. And we're excited, guys. I mean, I don't know if you guys have any questions for Dr. Ryan right now, but before we do end the Zoom, maybe you can show some questions in the chat for our doctors here. Let me see, I'm looking at the chat real quick. So everybody here is saying hello to you. Thanks a lot, Nader. Glad to see you. Ryan, they love you. Here, let me put the, because it's only showing up for me. There we go. I put it for everyone. So they're all saying hi. Okay. So yeah, any questions here? I don't see any questions. So in the meantime, guys, I'm very excited. A lot of you guys joined right away as soon as I joined in December, and some of you just joined. So everyone here, this has been a very special Zoom for us. You know, Nader's not here, but you know, we're very grateful for him to give us his time even before he's jumping into a huge assembly of people. And of course, Dr. Ryan, who's also, you know, a very important person in Live Good for, you know, definitely, we are very grateful. Someone here saying any supplements that are good for cancer patients. Well,
you know, Jess, that's like, when you get into it, that's like a very personal conversation, because you don't know about what type A, what type of cancer, B, what stage it is, C, what level of treatment they've already endured, what their prognosis is. So there's a lot of questions that come along with that. But the key to, sounds like they're saying what is good for current cancer. The problem is you don't know what therapy. Are they on radiation? Are they on chemotherapy? Are they, you know, what exactly is happening? You know, so, but it is nutrition based. You really, ultimately what ends up happening is you with cancer, with diabetes, these cellular metabolic diseases, it's basically a dysfunction of cellular health, and it doesn't just happen overnight. So even with an active cancer diagnosis, you still 100% need to focus on keeping up your nutrients, because especially if you're going through chemo or radiation, you're zapping the cells. I mean, your mitochondria that produce your energy are just getting zapped. I mean, people feel wiped out. And there's so many things you can do, but you've got to focus on the essentials. And then in addition to that, and I joke, I say essentials. What is essentials? Essentials is stuff that the body doesn't make. You need to bring it in from your diet. So I always say this daily essentials pack. You'll have your D, your magnesium, your multivitamin, and then you'll go with factor 4, which I think should be part of that, because of the fish oil, the omega-3 fatty acids, and all the ingredients within the factor 4. I think that's a powerful supplement. As long as it's approved from the oncologist, the cancer physician, factor 4, absolutely. There's also a lot of beneficial ingredients in the super reds, the super greens, as well as the coffee. If you didn't hear the coffee Zoom, it's crazy how much benefit has been shown within the coffee. And it's got to be a clean coffee. Even if it's not Live Good coffee, make sure you're drinking an organic coffee. But the Live Good coffee is enhanced. And if you listen to the Zoom and look at things and look at the studies and the literature, I mean, they're not coming out conclusively saying it prevents cancer and treats anything like that, but the evidence is so supportive of improved health outcomes, and cancer is one of them. So I would check out all of those things, Jesse.
Wow, thank you. One other question here is, do the products have any expiration dates?
Yeah, what's interesting with testing on those things, the reason why some of those ingredients, like there's certain ingredients we can't use, is because of shelf life. So it's like a beyond use dating. So how long is the product stable? How long does it have stability when stored in proper conditions? Now, obviously, if you take a container and put it in a hot bathroom where it's very humid and hot, the active ingredients will degrade faster. So don't do that. Bathrooms are a bad place to store supplements and medication. But if you store it in a cool, dry environment, we put 2 years dating on ours, but we know it would get more. But we put 2 years because we, first of all, don't want people consuming anything really beyond 2 years. It's sitting there. We don't know about the storage conditions, but they're 2 years from the date of manufacture. And the way we're moving product, that'll never be a problem. We're not making excess inventory that's sitting on our shelf for a long period of time. We try to keep the batches small and fresh. Does that answer the question,
Yeah,
Jesse?
no, that's a great answer.
Okay,
I
awesome.
actually thought about that question a while back. Someone asked me. And then finally here we have someone saying just what would be a good supplement for someone that's breastfeeding?
Oh man, please be on fish oil, omega-3 fatty acids, DHA especially, but EPA and DHA. Another reason why Factor 4 is so powerful, each soft gel is about 600 milligrams of EPA and DHA. It's a concentrated formula. I mean, it really is. So breastfeeding, 100% absolutely need to be on that. You also need to be on methylated B vitamins. We know that the folate's a big deal. So you'll see in the women's that it has more folate than the men's. But here's the kicker, right? Anytime we're talking about pregnancy or breastfeeding, I always like to say, refer to your OB/GYN. I just say that because there's unique circumstances in every pregnancy, but generally speaking, you absolutely need to be getting your omega-3 fatty acids, your methylated B vitamins, which, by the way, when you say methylated, that just means that they're more bioavailable. Some people cannot properly absorb B vitamins, and folate is a B vitamin. So check out the women's multi, absolutely the magnesium, absolutely the vitamin D3, and the fish oil and the Factor 4. So those 4.
Cool. Awesome. So obviously, there's going to be more questions now coming in. Now that you're, so we're not going to ask all these questions, obviously, because of time and everything. But
sure,
guys, I just put the Ryan and Lisa's email on the chat. So if you didn't catch it, I'll send it again. Ryan at livegood.com, and then Lisa at livegood.com. Trust me, I see the questions coming. You definitely want to email, Ryan and Lisa, because that's what they're not only here to do what they do behind the scenes, but they are also here to educate us and help us with these specific questions, right? And some of them are very personal. So, it's probably best not to ask them here in front of everyone. But so far, some of these questions were great, and all of them are great, but we're not going to be able to answer them all. There's one here that maybe, I don't know if you can answer, Ryan, but they're asking, regarding some ingredients and restrictions in some countries with certain ingredients. Is there anything you know about this, that certain ingredients might not go into certain countries or whatever?
No, actually, I don't. So no, I really don't. I know that there was an email that came in that I saw something related to that, and I sent that to support. One thing we're working on obviously doing is clearing support backlog, but there are some questions on those ingredient questions. I just leave them for support because I don't, that's not my department. And so I leave that to that side of the business to manage those questions.
Okay.
Here's what I can tell you though. I will answer something on that though. Because there was some talk about the European market having a warehouse, which is of course true. We did make that statement, but then we pivoted slightly due to logistical issues we wanted to add a logistical partner shipping company called Landmark. So Landmark will facilitate shipments internationally. Now they'll do it actually in a more cost-effective way as well. But the latest holdup is this. I think it's called an IOSS. It's basically like a fast pass through customs to show that you're an approved vendor. That's going through, and then we're making one tech update on the back end of our website with a couple of small changes there, because that stuff has to be loaded on our end manually. Minor delay. I don't want to say for sure, but we're looking at a launch date it was supposed to be this week. It looks like it's delayed about 1 week. So that is what I can tell you on that.
Cool. Thank you. You read my mind. I wasn't going to ask about that, but that's on my mind, and I know it's in many people's minds in different countries that are here. So, absolutely. Yeah, that's very cool. So this freestyle Zoom has been very cool. I think we are about to conclude, and we're just very grateful. A lot of people here in the chat are saying, that they're very happy with the Zoom, very happy with the team, with the corporate team. Yep, they're all, they're just all very grateful. Everyone is saying here. Someone's asking what bioactive is.
Oh, sorry about that. Sometimes Ben always gets on me about that, man. I know. Bioactive, bioavailable just means that an ingredient once ingested, once you take it, that the body can absorb it into the bloodstream, circulate it, and actually can use that ingredient. So it's like bioavailability. How much of that particular ingredient is available for the body to use? Like in the world of medication, sometimes some medications are treated as what they call like prodrug, which means the actual drug that you're taking is not active. It has to go into the body, absorb, go to the liver, and then once it's metabolized, once it gets changed in the liver, then it becomes active. So it's just a different way of looking at things, but I just use that as an example. So that's what I mean when I say bioavailability. You want it to be as high as possible. Otherwise, it's just going to flush right through your GI system, and so it won't be of any use. So
cool. And someone asked 3 times, so I guess it's really important for them here about glaucoma. Any supplement for glaucoma?
Yeah, intraocular pressure. Glaucoma is a disease of pressure. So number one, we need to work at making our blood pressures, all of our pressures lower. Vision health is a focus for us. One of the things, this is a bit of a different condition. It's not exactly glaucoma, but we did increase the amount of lutein and zeaxanthin in our multivitamin for vision support, but that's primarily to support the retina, the back of the eye, in macular degeneration and some other disease states. But with glaucoma, typically it's a pressure thing, kind of similar to how people have high blood pressure. So, it's one of those things where I always kind of have to go back to lifestyle and making sure that we're taking care of our body in a holistic manner. Because one supplement, for instance, won't really do very much at all for glaucoma. But supplements paired with healthy living can. So, yeah, I'm sorry I don't have an easy answer for that one, but I can dig more on an email with that person if you send me an email.
Thank you.
Sure.
Is CBD oil okay for breastfeeding moms?
No. I mean, it can be CBD by itself, of course, and let me tell you why. Because cannabinoids are produced by the body; they are actually excreted in breast milk. But the CBD that we're using is full spectrum CBD, which means it may contain up to 0.3% THC. That 0.3%, I've not seen that on any of our C of A's, certificate of analysis, the testing we do. Most of the stuff is below quantifiable detection. It's very low THC, which is great, that's preferred. But I have to say, it may contain up to 0.3%, which is not okay in breastfeeding. So full spectrum CBD oil is off limits for breastfeeding. Unfortunately, I'm sorry. You could try to find a broad spectrum or even an isolate of CBD and do okay with that. But no, unfortunately, you can't take full spectrum breastfeeding. Thank you for that. That's an awesome question.
No, good to know. Well, that's about it, guys.
Cool.
I'm gonna just say, thank you, Ryan, for your time and for your knowledge and for all you do. And we look forward to definitely, doing another Zoom later in the future, perhaps with, new folks that are in our team. And I'm very excited to, God willing, meet you in person very soon. So thanks again. What I'm gonna do now is allow everyone to say goodbye and thank you. I'm gonna open up the mics, guys. So if you wanna say a quick thank you, you can. No questions, please. Okay, so this is it, guys. My name is Jesse Garcia, Diamond Member of LiveGood. Very excited to be a part of this evolution, like God said. And yeah, we'll see each other again on a Zoom very soon. So
all right. Many blessings, Jesse.
Yep.
Thank you again. Goodbye, everybody.
All right, thank you, guys. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you so much to Jesse and Doc Ryan.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.